The Forbidden Valley in the heart of Pakistan's northern mountains, beyond the tourist spots, lies a valley untouched by time. No maps mark its existence, and no guide dares speak its name. Some call it Wadi al-Malun, the Cursed Valley. When Rehan Siddiqui, a travel vlogger from Karachi, hears about a hidden valley untouched by humans, he is intrigued. His followers always expect unique, thrilling adventures. And what could be better than uncovering a mysterious location? Despite the warnings of locals, Rehan sets out on his journey, unaware that something ancient and inhuman awaits him. Chapter 1. The journey begins. Rehan had always been an adventurer. He had explored abandoned villages, climbed treacherous peaks, and even stayed overnight in so-called haunted houses. But nothing had ever been real. When an old man in a tea shop in Gilgit spoke of a hidden valley where people vanish, Rehan dismissed it as another folktale. "Baba, every place has ghost stories, but have you seen anything yourself?" Rehan asked, smirking as he recorded the conversation. The old man's wrinkled face darkened. He leaned closer and whispered, "Beta, the Jinn do not like visitors. If you go, you will not return the same." That night, Rehan sat in his hotel room, staring at the footage. The old man's words lingered in his mind, but he shook off the feeling. "Come on, Rehan," he muttered. "It's just another adventure." Chapter 2. Into the cursed land, Rehan hired a local guide, Imran, and together they set off on their 4-hour trek toward the valley. As they climbed higher, the air grew strangely cold, despite the bright sun above. The trees became twisted and blackened, their leaves a sickly yellow. "We shouldn't go further," Imran said, gripping his prayer beads. Rehan laughed. "You believe in these myths too?" "It's not a myth," Imran whispered. "The last tourist who came here, he never returned." Rehan ignored him. He pushed ahead until they reached the edge of the valley, a place so unnaturally silent that even the wind seemed to hold its breath. Then, Imran screamed. Rehan turned just in time to see his guide running back down the trail, shouting prayers. For the first time, fear crept into Rehan's heart, but it was too late to turn back now. Chapter 3. The first warning. Rehan wandered deeper into the valley, filming everything. But his camera glitched, distorting the images. Then he heard it, a whisper, a voice like the rustling of dead leaves. "Leave?" Rehan froze. "Who's there?" No answer, just a sudden gust of wind that sent dust spiraling around him. He felt watched. The shadows between the trees shifted, as if something hid within them. Shaking off the unease, Rehan continued walking, but the feeling didn't leave, and neither did the whisper. Chapter 4. The Call of the Jinn. As night fell, Rehan found an abandoned shrine in the valley. Strange symbols were carved into the walls. A chill ran down his spine as he stepped inside. At the center of the shrine lay an old, dusty book. Arabic verses covered its pages, verses that seemed half erased, incomplete. And then, the door slammed shut. Rehan spun around, his heart pounding. The temperature dropped sharply. Then a voice, soft, almost hypnotic. "Why have you come?" Rehan's breath hitched. He couldn't see anyone. The shadows in the corners of the shrine stretched unnaturally, shifting and moving like living things. Then, from the darkness, a figure emerged. A tall, hooded entity, its eyes burning like dying embers. "You should not have come here, traveler." Rehan tried to run, but his body wouldn't move. Something unseen held him in place. I didn't mean any harm," he gasped. The Jinn laughed, a deep, echoing sound that sent shivers through Rehan's bones. "Now you belong to us." Chapter 7. The Return. Rehan awoke outside the valley, lying on the cold ground. His camera was beside him, but the footage was gone. Shaking, he tried to call for help, but no sound left his lips. His voice was gone. He stumbled back to the village. When he entered the tea shop, the old man saw his face and sighed. "You met them, didn't you?" Tears filled Rehan's eyes as he nodded. "You are lucky," the old man said. "They let you live." But Rehan knew the truth. He wasn't truly free. Even now, in the silence of the night, he heard the whispers, and in his dreams, he saw the Jinn's burning eyes, watching, waiting. Epilogue. A final warning. Years later, Tourists still hear whispers when they pass near the valley. Sometimes, a voiceless man appears in their dreams, trying to warn them, but he can never speak, and those who ignore the warnings are never seen again. The end.